Happening now, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is testifying before the House Oversight Committee. Lawmakers want to know about their ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The Clintons have not been accused of any wrongdoing by Epstein's victims. The Clintons had pushed for public hearings as part of the committee's probe into Epstein, but these depositions are happening behind closed doors. ABC's Perry Russum is in New York.
The Republican-led investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein now focuses on two of the most high-profile Democrats, former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
No one's accusing at this moment the Clintons of any wrongdoing. They're going to have due process, but we have a lot of questions.
Over the next 2 days, the Clintons will be deposed by the House Oversight Committee behind closed doors near their home in Chappaqua, New York. Hillary Clinton going first today, followed by the former president tomorrow. According to two people familiar with the agreement, the deposition will focus on a range of topics, including how the government allegedly mishandled an inquiry into Jeffrey Epstein and convicted associate Ghislaine Maxwell, and how Epstein allegedly used powerful people to protect him. Hillary Clinton has long denied ever having any relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Clinton was friendly with Epstein for years. Both have never been accused of wrongdoing by Epstein survivors, and both deny any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. Not long after Epstein's arrest in July 2019, a spokesperson for Bill Clinton said in a statement that the former president had not spoken to Epstein in well over a decade.
We have said from day one that we want to talk to former President Bill Clinton, and the other person we want to talk to is current President Donald Trump.
The Clintons agreeing to sit down with lawmakers after months of negotiating. For weeks, the Clintons refused to testify, calling the committee subpoenas legally invalid, and proposed a 4-hour transcribed interview instead. The Clintons' lawyer argued the couple has no information relevant to the committee's investigation of the federal government's handling of investigations into Epstein and Maxwell. Republicans moved to hold them in contempt of Congress, and that's when the Clintons agreed to be deposed. The depositions will be recorded on video and transcribed. That is in accordance with House rules. They could be released in the coming days. Perry Russum, ABC News, New York.
And joining us now is Ankush Khadori, a former federal prosecutor and now a senior writer for POLITICO Magazine. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
So these depositions are taking place after a lot of back and forth, where Congress at one point threatened to find the Clintons in contempt. Why do you believe this is happening now?
Okay, this is a very good question. I think two different sets of reasons have converged. One, last year when Trump was coming under some pressure surrounding the withholding of the Epstein files, Jamie Comer, who is the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, sort of began this investigation that I think was supposed to sort of run interference for Trump, which is why he wants to talk to the Clintons and things like that at the same time that he has said that Trump has been exonerated by the Epstein files. So this, this is from Comer's perspective, I think, a purely partisan exercise. Democrats, however, you just played some sound from Ranking Member Robert Garcia, have been okay to join this process because I think they believe it will set a precedent for them to be able to call Trump to testify in the future on the same topics. I question the premise, but I do think that's why this is happening and why both parties are on board.
What are you expecting to learn from these depositions? I mean, what will actually be made public?
Well, so first of all, I'm sure there will be some sort of readouts from members throughout the course of the day, maybe some fair or unfair leaks. But at some point, they may choose to make all the video available to the public. I have a hard time seeing why this is even happening, to be honest. So, I'm sure that there will be a bunch of uncomfortable questions for them. I don't even really know why Hillary Clinton is being bothered by this at all. But nevertheless, I'm sure there'll be a bunch of rooting around. But again, it's very hard for me to take this seriously as an investigative matter when the person who has organized this and who is so insistent that this has happened, Jamie Comer, is saying that Trump has somehow been exonerated. I mean, this is not a serious exercise.
And we mentioned that there was a round of negotiations that went on to even get to this point, and we know they agreed to discuss 5 topics. Can you explain how that process actually works?
Well, yeah. I mean, anytime you have sort of testimony, and this is in a variety of different settings, in the legal settings, investigative, congressional, whatever, people want to have some assurance that there will be, that the questions will be constrained to certain topics. I have no idea how, they sort of came to terms, whether it was email or some sort of written material, but, you want to make sure that the questions are focused and not running very far afield, particularly because I'm sure if you're the Clintons, and particularly Hillary Clinton, this is not your first rodeo with an antagonistic congressional committee, right? She famously had to go, I think, 11 hours on the Benghazi hearing, running a whole host of topics. So if you're them, I can certainly see why you would want to, circumscribe the questions to the matters that are actually relevant.
So what happens next after this is over?
After their testimony is over? Look, I think we will get some characterizations of what they said. What remains to be seen. I would be surprised if anything emerged that indicated that they were aware of, much less involved in any criminal activity. And then I think, we may see these released down the line. And, I think the Republicans intend to continue this investigation in some capacity. Certainly the Democrats, the ranking member intends to really pursue it if they pick up the House in the midterms and he takes the gavel. He has said he intends to really push this investigation aggressively and subpoena a whole bunch of people.
All right. More to come on this. Ankush Khadori, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.